Good evening all. Today we are going to discuss data structure using C++ module 1 B part. In this part we are going to discuss linear list data object structures, linear list data structures, array representations, vector representation, singly, link, list and chain. Next topic is data object, which is the set of instances given below, like boolean, false and true, digit 0 to 9, letters, capital and small letters, natural number 0, 1, etc., integers 0, 1 plus minus 1, string values of the characters. Whereas data structure is a data object together with relationship that exist among the instances and among the individual elements that compose an instance. For example, data structure or linear list is stack queues. Abstract data type linear list. Linear list, for example, an alphabetical list of the students in a class. The basic instance and 9 basic operations are performed on a linear list may be specified an abstract data type also. Abstract data type linear list instances is nothing but order finite collection of zero and other elements operations. Here we are having the ready-made functions which does the work on linear list, like create, whether the linear list is empty, destroy the linear list, whether list is empty, what is the size of the linear list. We use length functions, we use find function for k and x pair, where k is element of the list in x. We use search functions x, return the position of x in the list and return 0 if x is not in the list. Delete kx, delete the k element and return it in x. Function return the modified linear list. We can insert by using this function, insert x just after the k element. Function return the modified linear list and function output that put the list into the output stream out. Abstract data type linear list. C++ support two types of classes, abstract and concrete. An abstract class is a class that contains the member functions for which no implementation has been specified. That is, it's called a pure virtual function. It is specified using zero initializer. That is a function given by virtual initial initializer function integer x to 0, that nothing but 0 initializing. Whereas in concrete class, there is no pure virtual function defined above. Usually the object of concrete class only created. However, we can create pointers to object of an abstract class. Abstract class linear list continuation. The things we have discussed above, we have to write abstract class template for. Template class T, here we are defining class linear list, and in public we are defining the following functions, like which we have used operation of the linear list and above examples also are defined in template class function. Private is not defined, which is the describe all the members of the class. The beauty of the C++ is public and private definition of the creating their own object in C++. Abstract class linear list continuation. We have to discuss about template form of class T. The program is defined here. You can go through. It is copying at last temperature to temp function, temp variable to a. Array representation, linear list. In array representation, we use an array to store the list elements. Individual element of an instance are located in the array using the mathematical formula. If one dimension is used, the array elements has positions element 0, element 1, an element that is last, array length -1. Each array position can be used to store single list elements. We need to map the elements of the list to position in the array, so that the operation of mapping of the list is in array positioning or removing or inserting an element can be seen in changing the length of one-dimensional array. Changing the length, increase or decrease of an one-dimensional array that contains element in position 0, 2 and -1. There are three steps. First, define an array of new length. Then copy the n element from A to new array. Then finally change the value of A to the new array. The same thing we are going to discuss in array representation class template. What we have, about 3 lines we have gone through. Template class, we have to define void change length, one dimensional, one template of A, old length and new length variable. And this program will return express the same algorithm which we have discussed above 3 lines and copying term function to A. Vector representation is singly list, linked list. Vector representation. The standard template library STL in C++ provides a class vector that uses an array and provides all the functionality of the class array list. The length of the array used to implement a vector is dynamically increased as needed. Singly linked list. In a linked representation, each element of an instance of a data object is represented in a cell or node. Each node keeps the information about the location of the next node. This explicit information about the location of another node is called link or pointer, as it is been defined. First node, it has link field and data field. Linked list is connected to another node till end of the array of the linear list. That's all. It is second part of the module 1, a linear list, that is end. Thank you very much.